Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
How are you, Maim?
Hi.
How are you? What's new with you?
I'm good. I'm good. Having myself a nice day and relaxing and all those things super gay like working on my pattern for my dress for next week. It's
Ooh, a
been good today.
pattern. I'm turning on a. I don't know if you can hear me still.
Yeah, I'm trying to make an award show dress for the Shelley Novak Awards.
Ooh, what color are you wearing?
Gonna be a little gold number.
Like a sequins?
No,
Oh,
like a satin, like very fat and
oh,
shimmery. I know.
that'll
Oh
wrinkle.
no. I know. I know.
That's
I
gonna
can't
crease
wait.
and wrinkle real bad, girl.
It's fine. It's
Steam
fine.
it and
It's
just
fine. Girl, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be so gathered you won't even tell if it's wrinkled or just gathered a
gotcha,
lot.
gotcha,
So
gotcha. Because I was
yeah.
thinking it was flat. No, no, that's
No,
not what she does. That's
no.
not what Maine does.
I've done that
In
occasionally.
satin,
I've done that occasionally.
in satin.
I didn't say that part. You're saying that part.
No, I'm asking in satin.
No, not
Okay, then
inside.
there we go. I'm like,
Ah,
Maine, what? What? You can't even look at a drink cross-eyed and it's just gonna fly onto you.
that's true.
And so
Yeah.
speaking of drinking, last week we had discussed that you were still unable to drink liqueur.
Yeah.
Is that still a thing, or have
It's
you?
not.
LIIT's for Maine. Oh God.
No, it's fine. It's yeah, no, I survived. I survived.
Good, good, good. Now I've got a. Is your husband going to let us go out next time I come down?
Sure.
Okay, because
The better question is, does he have a choice? No,
no.
not at all. Are we? I don't understand. What are we? This is like
Now,
what kind of?
now I've got a question for you. Are we going to Uber again on Saturday night next time I'm down?
Yeah. The only thing we are going to do different is not have a creamy drink.
That's
the
exactly
only
right.
thing we're going
That's
to do
exactly right. Maybe the harness will be attached to the front this time, and we'll be even more confused.
Where's the plug at now? What?
Is it reversible?
I mean, I guess if you're that into sounding, it is.
Dear listeners, don't Google that.
I'm always a little bit more loose brained on the second recording.
Yeah, everybody is because we've warmed up. We've warmed up with designing women, and now we're getting ready to go whole hog into something crazy.
Time for that. It's time for the. We went from the salad bar to the main meat cutting station now.
From the laundry room to the bedroom. Yeah.
Oh, well, you know.
Anyway, what were we talking? Oh yeah, drinking.
Ah.
Oh God. Yeah, that's I'm very excited to come back down. Like I it is a good release. It is a good release from this, and like, yeah.
It's good for me too. Like it really is actually good for me because I mean, we know I go constantly, go, and so
No.
I didn't really think about it until this last time. I was like, this actually is really nice for me to like just pause, enjoy a little bit with my friend, and like.
And you actually
that kind
take
of thing.
days off whenever I come down too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like even though you
So-
don't have to because you know.
yeah. Because everything we do is after you've recovered in the morning, afternoons.
Yeah. Like, look now. Here's the thing, girl. If you want to start meeting at 9:30 in the morning,
And do what?
I don't know. Like, if you want to start meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning, we can start meeting at 8 o'clock in the morning.
And do what?
I don't know. Your ass ain't gonna be awake.
The only thing I ever do at 9 o'clock in the morning is if I got like a doctor's appointment I can't miss. That's about
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm saying. That's like, I know.
So yeah, if you want to drive me to my doctor's appointment at 9 in the morning, you can wait in the waiting room, and then we can go get some Cracker Barrel after.
Oh, see that there. Oh, mm-mm.
Although we don't have any Cracker Barrels here.
I don't
so
like Cracker Barrel that much anyway.
Ooh, I should take you. We have our own like place here that's like that kind of dinery sort of like vibe that I think you would like.
You took me to one with the first time I came down that has the Dutch baby.
Oh, there's that place too. No, there's another place also that's like it's like full on diner with like giant menu.
So the place that was near my hotel.
Mm-hmm.
There's a breakfast place, this breakfast lunch place that has like. Have you eaten there yet?
No.
Oh, it's good.
Not yet.
It's good. Go there.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they have
Not yet.
they have like biscuits with eggs and chicken and that kind of. I got the one with ham and eggs.
Do you know I had a dream about liver mush? Like I had an actual dream about liver mush. What is wrong with me? What's wrong with
Dear listeners, I did not take Maim any liver mush. Maim, speaking of broken dreams, did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners, you get Patreon.com. Mims and Maim, you can throw some money. Hey, Maim.
Yep.
Did you know that we have another podcasts?
No.
That's right. We have Baking Sugar, our Designing Women podcast, and Over the Moon, our Moonlighting podcast, which, dear listeners, we tried to record. I didn't. But you also,
Y'all.
you also get all of our podcasts without commercials available to you as I upload them. Again, it's taken a while.
Oh my God.
Maim.
Yes.
Did you know we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to mimsmaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
You love five-star reviews.
That's right, babe. I love 5-star reviews, and I'm checking to see if we have any new ones. We don't. I only checked for the one podcast the last time I'm checking this. Nah, but dear listener, and we don't have any written ones. We like to read your little blurbs, and if you blurb, we blurb, and we blurb together.
Yeah, we love it. It makes us giggle all the time. Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Maim. This is season 4, episode 10. Indian Giver.
This is going to be so much happening.
So
I'm not ready.
We're at Cabot Cove, girl. We're at Cabot Cove. And there's a man in a nondescript Indian costume on a horse.
You see me staring into the distance, right? Just like
looking like he's at Tweetsy Railroad getting ready to take over that railroad.
Come on, Tweetsy. Oh, I love Tweetsy Railroad.
I wonder if they still do the Cowboys and Indians thing and off the railroad. Dear listeners, Tweetsy Railroad is this adorable little amusement park that's up in the mountains, North Carolina, in between Boone and Blowing Rock. I think it's considered Blowing Rock, actually.
Yeah.
And it's a railroad, and it's like a steam engine that goes through and around the park. And like they do a little show where the Indians come on board, try to take it over, and the Cowboys shoot them all away. And I don't know, at least they did that when I was younger.
Yeah.
I think we just discussed this episode. This has been season 4 episode.
We're done. Can I have a good night, May?
Say good night, man. No. So we're at the Cabot Cove Founders Day celebration, man.
Oh, okay, nice.
And the mayor, we get to see him in his toupee again, and he's giving a talk, and these little white kids come running up. Look what's coming! Look what's coming! Which is what I say sometimes.
Look what's coming. Does it change from time to time?
It does.
God. Ugh. Ah.
Oh God. Well, there's a little racist music happening.
It's the tip of the iceberg.
Then suddenly, girl, there's a spear. Oh no, what's this? Sorry, but my pad is having a moment. Let's do that.
You should switch to tampons.
Look what's coming! There's a spear that gets thrown right into the podium.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing art. Like, that's an athlete right there.
There's a note tied onto the spear like it's some sort of a stupid thing.
1823. Did you notice, by the way, when he was coming down from the mountain, that when they actually like cut to him, because we have HD televisions now, you could see it like this old Native American looking man and not him on the horse when he's actually going.
I did.
Oh, it's a terrible stunt double. Like, it's like this person is about 30 years older than the guy. It's awful.
God. So JB reads a note, and the mayor, sheriff, and Doc go on a ride. And the note is a land grant from 1757 or something like that says basically all of Cabot Cove is owned by this native person.
Whoa.
So we're at the university, and we meet Mrs. Donna Crenshaw and her father, Dr. Crenshaw.
Hey, Donna.
They are American Indian specialists.
Oh.
And they're handed the copy, and it looks genuine. Little pony.
Let's do it. Ride it, my pony.
Sorry, I was taken for a moment there.
That reminds me of. Did I ever send you that video of that guy singing that at karaoke?
No.
I have to find that and send it to you. Me and Carlos were picking at him because he picked that song, and he was a handsome guy, and we were like, it's not as effective if you don't take your shirt off, and he did.
Oh.
And yeah, exactly. And he actually went. You know how I befriend people. He actually went back home to like New Hampshire or something like that. It ended up like taking like a pole dancing class now because he felt so empowered after all of this stuff. I was like, good on you, girl. Good on you.
Was he a gay?
No, he wasn't. He was like a straight single father.
Good for him.
I know. Like he felt sexy again.
So from the copy, it looks genuine.
Okay.
It looks genuine. It looks like a genuine land grant that the British signed with the Algonquin people. The British, not the Americans.
Honey, okay. Why are you even going to try to make this make sense? Come on now.
So
it's Murder, She Wrote, not Finding Your Roots. There's no Henry Louis Gates here, girl.
I was about to say that old black man be like, oh well, we'll get into the roots in just a second. So we're at a talent hall session, and we meet Edmund, Mr. Edmund, who is a banker in the city.
Okay.
and Mr. Atwater, who is an investor, and apparently Mr. Atwater's hoping to build like a resort in Cabot Cove,
Oh, nice.
and his company doesn't necessarily want to if this Indian problem keeps happening.
Mm. God, I hate it so much.
Well, we meet Mr. Langley, a drunk.
Mr. Langley, drunk.
He has an option on the land, and then we meet. Hi, my name is Helen Langley, and nice to meet you.
Helen, dear, are you all right? You have a cold?
No, I've been beaten up a little bit.
Oh, no. I feel sympathy for you now.
And we meet Tom, her brother.
Hey, Tom. Tom's not bad looking for the 80s, 90s kind of era for older guy.
Well, as they're shutting up, like everybody's filing into town hall for a meeting, a brown man with a suitcase walks in suspiciously as well.
Those are the scariest kind.
So Edmund, in this meeting, like Tom and Edmund shut the mayor up and's like, has anyone found this quote unquote half-naked savage?
In the 80s.
So speaking of, did we ever see Fred Savage half naked? What about Ben Savage?
I don't think they ever really got shirtless on their shows.
Well, now Fred Savage turned out to be gross.
No, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do some of our favorite people turn out to be a gross?
Well, the brown man stands up, introduces himself as the half savage George Longbow. And let me tell you, I had to look this actor up. This actor is Sri Lankan.
You know, to be honest with you.
Yes, babe.
I was literally, when I was watching it, I thought, I'm going to look this up. And then I said consciously, no, I'm not.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I literally was like, I'm not going to. And now I'm, because I thought that. I was like, I'll look it up. Glad I didn't, because then I would have just sat there like, ugh.
Yep. Yep. Well, he's got a treaty from 1758. I said 1774. Sorry, 1758. A treaty with the British, which would not hold up in court because, anyway. And Longbow, George, we'll call him George Longbow. George Longbow. It's so racist. George,
coming to the stage here at Teasers. It's George Longbow. Got one there for you, ladies. 2-for-1 specials in the lap dance room.
He says
that bow. He pierces it.
He said he's going to get rent from the people of Cabot Cove. That is what he's going to. He's not going to take their land. He's just going to get rent. Because everything is rent. Well, we get to that in a second.
I was trying to avoid you singing it because I knew that was coming. I was trying to distract you. Because I knew you were going to sing that damn song.
Last night, I had a dream. I can keep going.
Oh, I know. And they know, too. Well, volume's turned down.
We're in the...
Mommy, why'd you turn it down? Mims is on his rent thing again, sweetheart. We got to give it a minute. He's going to blow
I will not be ignored, Daniel.
We're going to get like an angry letter like, do you know how much it costs to replace Audi speakers? Like,
oh, God. So we're in the office. And Longbow knows Donna Crenshaw, Dr. Crenshaw's daughter, because he helped. They were at the university. Don't know what university this is, right? Like we don't know what university it is. We don't know
University of Maine,
if there even is one, or Maine State. I don't.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, does it really feel like that Maine would have a very strong Native American studies?
Yeah.
No.
Lobster U? I don't know.
Anyway, she helped him, and they got to know each other, and
But no, they didn't. They didn't do that. They didn't do that.
So he brings out the treaty, and the doctor, for some reason, has a German accent. It's a very interesting treaty. It looks to be well. Very well. It looks like you took parchment paper and put it in the oven so it would bake around the edges and look brown and very much older. Very authentic for a treaty from the Algonquin people to the Mainers.
Your authentic got a little Asian.
I did not mean for that. Throw a little more racism in. Why not? So, Longbow produces some validated reports too, showing that the treaty is real.
Whoa.
And JB's like, well, what do you want, George? What do you want? Well, he wants 1/2 of 1% of every land value in the city. So it's about $200 a year a person or a household. And the mayor's like, that's not bad. And Doc's sitting over the corner is like, it's kind of like being mugged, and all they're asking for is a $5.
It's like, no, Doc, that's not at all like what it's like, but it's fine.
Yeah. Later, JB and Doc come out of the room, and they see George fighting with Tom, and Donna drives up. It's like, get in my car, George. And he gets in, and they drive off.
Yes.
And I believe
You've got a fast car. I got a ticket to anywhere.
Good job, Tracy Chapman, Black White Man.
She watched this episode, and then she wrote that song.
I took off my hearing aid. I can't hear you, girl. I can't hear any more of your jokes.
This was part 2. This is part 2. This is.
I think that this whole episode is based on that song Cherokee People.
Oh, it might be. Except they just replaced it Cherokee with Algonquin. That's all.
Yeah, because you can't. It's hard to sing the word Algonquin.
Algonquin people.
Yeah, see.
Algonquin pride. So proud to live.
Hold on. You know what? I have to Google this. I have to. I have to see where the Algonquin Nation was before.
Oh. Yeah, because I don't really. That's not one that I learned in my Native American history stuff from that time period in my life. Reading about all of those tribes. Dear listeners, this is just a special PSA to make sure that you support your local libraries as a source for all of your questions and needs.
I don't know if they reached all the way to Maine.
There was one. That one introverted Algonquin. That's where they settled. Okay,
there was an Algonquin speaking group in Maine. The Penobscot.
The what?
Penobscot? Penobscot.
Okay. Come into the stage. No, stands across the board.
Girl, I had a mental image of 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 Sasha Colby
Yes.
in a. Okay, we're done. We're done. She's painting with all the colors of the wind, though. Cat. um, so he brings Val to. Okay, we've passed that part. So it's a little bit later on. Okay, we saw that Dodge. Right? Where the car? There we go. Sorry, I had to get back where we're at. Donna is like talking to him. She's like, "You're an idiot." He's like, "No, and you cannot follow me home because nobody needs to know where I'm at, including you, girl."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "You just be careful." He's like, "Fine, I will be," and he leaves. Well, we're at the other hotel where Donna's staying, and Dr. Crenshaw comes in, and he's like, "Why didn't you tell me about George?" She's like, "I did. You just never listened to me, Papa."
Oh.
And, well, have you... We have not...
Like he was just like...
Daddyums, we have not bumped uglies.
Literally.
And I didn't help him find that grant. So the doctor leaves, grabs his keys, and bolts out the door.
Which was awesome. Yeah. Which that's the fastest he's moved the whole episode.
It's true. What's the next morning? And JB's walking for a morning constitutional. She sees Mrs. Langley talking to somebody who it's Mr. Atwell. And Mr. Atwell gets back in the car. Miss Langley walks, and then she just falls. Like it's not even not even like a sick fall. It is just a comedic.
It's my favorite. Like, it's my favorite. I live for those moments.
It's like this. And girl, I don't know if you noticed, she's wearing the same heels that Safiria wears. Yeah.
She just took the sequins off.
She did, my God. When she was even wearing them as, just, oh God. It's James Brown, like, still wearing those same, did she only bring one pair of heels?
I feel like, I think it's whenever she anticipates she has to dance. Right? And so, like, the James Brown... And then the runway, I feel like anytime she feels like that, she had those are her. I know I can dance and move in these shoes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say, I'm gonna say real quick, I would have just bought a pair of those high heel sneaker kind of things for the runway for that one because it would have made so much sense with that look. And they're not that high. She would have been able to still dance in them. But I digress.
Well, JB brings her in. Is there anything I can get you? I would really like some coffee from the other room. It's on the oven. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So,
okay, girl.
So JB goes to the other room, and it's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Dear listeners, if you don't know what a percolator actually is, it's a thing that you put on the thing that percolates coffee, like it boils the water, comes in, goes in. But it's also a song from 94 probably.
Yeah. If you don't know what the actual thing is, and you don't know what the song is, you may have been born after 2000.
Yeah. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. Anyway. Yeah. So JB sees some furniture that has a very poorly written wet paint sign on it.
Very amateur.
And we find out, Ed's been drinking again. That's why my eye a little bit puffy, and he didn't come home last night. And Mr. Atwell wants to pay for Ed's option on that land that's over there that they're going to build that thing on, and he came talk about, but Ed's not here, so I can't do nothing about it.
Darn it, Ed.
Well, we're at the sheriff's, And Crenshaw left because Edmund called him and told him to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's a phone call. There's trouble at town hall, girl.
Town hall, girl.
Well, we're at town hall now, and Ed's dead. We barely knew him.
Not Ed.
Girl,
we didn't enjoy him stumbling around enough.
Girl, at the beginning of this episode, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought the Doctor and Ed were the same person because they look so much alike.
Oh, I guess you're right. They do look a bit alike. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just one has an Asian accent, the other one doesn't. So JB notices that there's a trail of dust, like of sand on the ground. Oh, and there's a huge spear sticking out of his heart. Let me put that
giant spear.
The ancient Algonquin spear that was freshly painted on the CBS lot too. Yeah. If this was a set of rust, it would probably kill somebody.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't. Oh my gosh, that's a very it's just very weird, like how it was sticking up the way it was in that. Like it was just that would because it meant like it wasn't just in his chest. It had to have gone into the floor to be as. Because, like, if that was just in his chest, it would have just, like, fallen over and,
Yep.
Yep.
Well, girl, also, it's that magic Algonquin wood called balsa.
Ooh, I love balsa. It's my favorite wood.
Actually, it could be plastique. That very ancient Algonquin.
I love hairy balsa.
We know that's not true.
I'm not opposed to hair.
On the balls.
It never bothered me.
I feel like, did your husband wax his balls?
The wax them? Do you know a lot of men that wax themselves like that?
I don't know. Your husband's not like a lot of men.
Moving on.
I kid.
Moving on.
So there's a trail of sand. Not to be confused with the Trail of Tears.
Okay.
Doc said he was probably killed somewhere else around midnight and dragged here because there's no blood around and like he's been dead a wall. That rigor, a wall. That rigor de mortis.
Coming to the say.
Oh God! And he had varnish on one of his hands.
Oh, Jim Varnish. I'm so sorry. Everything. I'm sorry.
Well, we're at the bank, and JB has a quick little conversation with Atwater, and he says, "It's a pleasure meeting you." And he later on at the end of the conversation, like, "Well, I take that back. You right, mean B."
I'm like, hold on now. You ain't talking. You gotta talk sideways about me right now. Wait a minute.
You gonna say that to my face?
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk sideways right now. That's not what we're not gonna do here. Is talk sideways about me.
Yeah. So she basically confronted him about going to Helen's after Ed was dead, and he's like, if I'd known he was dead, I wouldn't have done that. But it is financially beneficial for me. Blink, blink.
Blink, blink, blink.
Well, now we're going through a drive, and like everybody thinks that George did it, right? Because the Algonquin spear, he and Ed had some words. Well, we're going on a drive, and we're in George's truck, and Tom, etc., find him. And George gets out. George runs off the road, gets out of the truck and runs. And apparently he's not Native American because he can't just run through the woods fast. I'm sorry. It's the
Oh,
first.
my heel. My heel.
It's the first thing that came to my mind, right? Like, so he
I
falls
loved it. It was
over.
I got like Nightmare on Elm Street vibe. Like,
Yeah.
oh God,
Oh,
my
my
ankle. Oh.
So we're at a home site, and JB finds Mr. Edmund, and she confronts him about stuff, and she's like, "What happened? Why did you call the professor?" He's like, "Well, I offered him 50,000 Rupal doll hairs to prove that Longbow was a fraud."
Oh. I would have ran out the door too.
Girl, that
$50,000.
minute, I'd be like, "Oh, I don't even have lip sync for my life. Bye, bitch.
$50,000. See you later.
Bye, bye."
I didn't like y'all. Bye, sisters.
Well, Tom's posse drives by with Longbow in the back of the truck, and I just would like to interject right here that it looked like a lynching.
No, it didn't look like a lynching. It was it. They knew what they were doing.
They knew
what they were doing.
And you know, I don't know if you know this, but Maine's a little racist sometimes.
Is it?
It is.
I don't really know that much about Maine.
It's very white.
Well, I know that, but I don't intrinsically think that. Right? Like, I don't. So, you know.
I guess the difference between racism in the South and racism outside the South, we're just overtly racist to people's faces, right? We don't hold it in.
No.
And it's a little more dangerous when things get held in. It's not joking. It's just bad.
I mean, it's kind of jokey, but also like, is it really? Because it's kind of true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Technically.
Oh God,
some of those quiet places. I mean, I'm gonna be very blunt, right, about this. Do I feel comfortable in parts of the Midwest? No. Right? I don't. Like, I stick out in multiple ways. And the thought of like,
and Nebraska is known for pulling over black people. Like, known for pulling over black. There are 3 places in the Midwest you can definitely feel safe. Minneapolis. Chicago. And Milwaukee.
Oh, I was going to do the Laverne and Shirley.
Schlemiel.
Schlemazel. Haas and Pepper Incorporated.
We're going to do it. There you go.
It was like, it took me there like, oh, I know which one.
Yeah.
We're gonna make our dreams come true.
Doing it our way.
Oh, we should do that show. You didn't like Laverne and Shirley?
No, I didn't like Happy Days either.
I wasn't a big Happy Days person, but I like Laverne and Shirley. I did like Laverne.
I like Cindy Williams, but
Lindy and Squiggy. I love that show.
Oh, they ended up gay. Like, I think it is. I think there's something they did later on that they actually made them gay, like in a many years after thing.
Oh, like a reunion show.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense, right? 2 leather boys living upstairs. Yeah.
2 wild and crazy guys.
Aww.
Who was the other one that wasn't Steve Martin? Was it Martin
Dan
Short?
Aykroyd.
Okay. Oof. God, there's another person who, God, just not funny.
We're going to lose so many listeners today.
No, nobody thinks Dan Aykroyd's funny.
Somebody must.
Do you?
I thought he was funny in that one thing.
Blues Brothers? Because Jim Belushi's the funny one.
No, it wasn't. Oh, Ghostbusters.
No, they're the other people are funny.
I thought he was funny in the first Ghostbusters.
What about the second one?
I don't remember the second one as well. All I remember is the Bobby Brown song. Well, I guess it's gonna have to take a job. Yes, I remember that.
Girl, I'm over here jamming.
I love that. I'm telling. I loved when that song was out. I really was like, I think I might be a Bobby Brown fan.
Bobby.
Bye.
God, the Mad TV skits. When Bjork comes on, Bobby, skin that. I want to wear that. Like, oh God, just.
It was good times.
So good.
So good and so bad.
So we're at the sheriff's, and he books George, like throws Longbow back in the thing. Tom shows up with all of George's affects, like his wallet, his hotel keys, etc., because he went to pick up and brought it. Well, JB goes to the back and interviews George. It's like, hey, why'd you come here? Chicago. Did you get that reference?
Yes.
Okay. Understandable. Oh God.
Who was it?
Oh, that was Richard Gere. For some reason, Michael Douglas came to mind. Girl, we were at a bar.
Yes.
There's a bar that's got really good hot dogs in Raleigh called Cardinal Bar.
Okay.
We were sitting there. We were eating some hot dogs, and on the TV they put random movies on the television.
Okay.
It was a Michael Douglas Val Kilmer movie.
Okay.
About like a hunt and like a lion that was, I don't know. It was wild. But Val Kilmer was having this dream where he was saying hello to his wife at newborn baby at the train station, and this lion just jumps up and eats the woman.
Oh, I remember this.
It's not good.
No, it's not good. But I do remember. I know what the movie you're talking about, because it was like that was like when Val Kilmer was trying to be more edgy. Like that was like part of his whole shtick. Then, yeah.
And chose Michael Douglas.
I mean, that's when Michael Douglas was like getting out of his leading man phase and was trying to be more like a serious character actor, because he was getting older and, the sexy roles were drying up, and yeah.
That had to be before he said, I ate a lot of pussy. That's how I got this throat cancer. He said that, right?
No, I know.
Okay. like I believe that is a direct quote. I don't believe that I'm.
But it's not. It's just when you say it, it just catches me off guard. That's all.
But me saying that word, me saying that I do that.
The whole thing.
Look what's coming. Look what's coming.
We lost 2 more listeners.
Well, we're down to us.
Back to it. What? Back to the OG listeners. OG listeners.
So she asked him why he came to Cabot Cove, and he's like, "Well, I want to start a scholarship, and for Indian Algonquin people. I don't know, just a scholarship for Native Americans, a Native American scholarship,
basically."
Yeah, I don't. It wasn't very well fleshed out.
That's literally what it is. It was like, so that's okay. I mean, that's noble, I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really surprised that the Cherokee, with all the money they've got going in, haven't opened up their own university yet, or school like they.
I mean, you got to get accreditations and all. I mean,
yeah. Or given like Western is right there, just get thrown all of the money over there and been like, yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if at like Western or Appalachian they did like a center eventually, like a center of studies.
Or Mars Hill.
You missed it. They missed the note. The Mars Hill people just said no, because you missed the note.
I wasn't trying for a note.
How dare you?
I was doing alternative music.
Whoa, not at Mars Hill. Ah,
Oh,
how
girl,
dare
you
you?
you you don't know this yet, but I'll tell you.
Okay.
Uh, Appalachian
Yes.
opened a campus in Hickory.
Oh, that's cool.
Wouldn't that have been so convenient for us?
Oh my gosh, we would have totally done that, wouldn't we?
We probably would have, yeah.
We would have totally done that.
Yep.
And then we wouldn't have had to pay so much
Uh
and
huh.
housing costs and all that stuff. Man, that would have been
You
great.
would have never met your asshole ex.
Ugh, that would have been even better.
We would have ended up with some random mountain boys
Who we would have.
with their
We're
eyes
factory
just a little
workers.
bit too far apart.
We're factory workers. That was the very first dude that I ever like went home with. Like, yep, he worked in like a siding factory in Hickory. Yep. Oh, I could still. His face is still emblazoned on my brain to this day. Hey, chi 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 chi.
I remember a story of one of our friends that has passed on to the next life.
Mm,
You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
Miss
girl.
Neutrogena Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
And she would go. There was somebody who lived near Statesville, Hickory area that was missing a few teeth and have sex in the back of an old school bus.
I'm telling you, don't sleep on them country. Don't sleep on them, girl. They got they got it. They got it. They got all that pent up stuff too.
So Amos and JB leave George back there, and Amos is like, "We found beach sand in his truck."
Whoa.
Whoa.
Not the truck.
Whoa.
Dumps like a truck. Thighs like what? Baby movie butt. I think I'll do it again.
Sorry, I was dropping like it's lukewarm over here.
There you go. Oh, like milk.
It does a body good.
It does, Annie. It does. Not the colon though, but the rest of the body.
No, it doesn't hurt my colon.
It's just because you're not lactose intolerant.
No, I'm not.
Girl,
that's a weakness.
I had some spicy soup last night.
Oh,
and
what kind
I
of
really wish
what
it
kind
was just that my maid.
Your maid.
I just had a craving for like some like noodle soup.
Okay.
And I had enough ingredients to do it. I wish I had not done it.
Girl, why did you make it spicy if you didn't want the spice?
Well, because I forget sometimes. You just forget. If your body is not doing that a lot, you forget every once in a while. Well, I will not forget for the next year or so because Lord,
What
Jesus.
did you put in that was so spicy?
It was like some chili paste or something like that. It was so good though. It was really tasty. But girl, 10 o'clock in the morning, I did not need an alarm clock today because my stomach woke me up.
At 10 o'clock?
Mm-hmm. My body said, bitch, it's time to go. It's time to go.
It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator. It's time for the percolator.
I was not happy. Yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
I mean, you probably will.
I'll probably do it again.
So how hot of food can you handle?
My mouth is not the problem. It's my asshole.
Spoken like a true homosexual.
With IBS. Or a side.
Side. That's a fact. Got something brand new.
This is veered way off course.
When you told that one dude about me, well, he's a side. Well, I can work with that. God almighty. Just don't say anything. Just let it be.
I'm just gonna stay quiet from now on.
Let it be. Let it be. Let
Stay
it be,
quiet.
Maim. Let it be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay quiet from now on.
Mm.
Oh.
So Amos found sand in the truck, and then they go to the mayor's. And the professor is like, Longbow's a fraud, and this is why he's a fraud. Doc, do you remember the flu epidemic of 1918? Well, not personally. This is a good Doc episode.
That was one of his best answers ever.
Yes. Well, Longbow can't prove direct lineage because the flu epidemic wiped out like a lot of older Native Americans in the area, and they were all put up for adoption. All the kids were put up for adoption. So there's no way, and the records were lost because people didn't care about them. So there's no way they could prove they didn't put that part in. But there's no way they could prove a kind of lineage to anything except for DNA testing. So
Lord Jesus.
that JB's like, are you sure that it's not just the money? He's like, no. It's not just the money. The money's good, but my reputation's better. Mm-hmm. So JB and Sheriff go to Longbow's hotel, and they find shoes. Oh my God, shoes. On the floor, and they're covered in sand. But they're gumshoes.
She's guilty.
They're gumshoes, girl, and there's no shoes on the bottom because, of course, he's wearing moccasins.
Of course.
Of course.
He's Native American.
Except when he was running through. I guess he's in the shoes he was wearing when he was running. But when was he wearing these moccasins? I don't know. Like, on the horse? Does he have horse shit on them? Whatever. Anyway.
You're thinking too much about this here.
So JB's like, I've got it, but I don't know how to prove it, because she always says that.
Yes.
So we're at Langley's now. And
Langley's.
Helen and Tom are there. Helen's looking great. Like, her black eye has completely gone.
Nice, girl.
All the bruising on her arm. Foof, it was just makeup.
Beautiful.
Well, Amos tells him he's dropping the charges, Longbow, because he was set up. And JB's like, you planted the shoes, Tom. So we know it was you because the keys that you dropped off, nobody knew where he was except for you with those keys.
Oh, no.
And Helen, we think you killed him because the varnish on the hand. Fine. He came home drunk. He was walking up and down the beach looking for that Indian man. He was going to kill him. And then he came up to me and he just started hitting me. So I grabbed the knife and it stabbed him. Then Tom over there came over and took him to the city hall, and he saw the spear and put it right where the wound was and just stabbed right through him.
With so much force, they embedded it in the floor.
It's plastique. Finn. So, it's a little bit later. Atwater decide to move the property to New Jersey, no longer in Cabot Cove. Donna and Longbow are going to leave on their merry way. JB's starting up a scholarship. And Longbow's like, hey, are you part Algonquin? And she's like, with this complexion, no. And with that complexion, neither are you Sri Lankan.
He's an Algonquin.
So Dr. Crenshaw comes out and offers to take Donna and Longbow out to dinner. And she's like, it looks like we're going to make a peace treaty.
So many things here.
And then the button is, Doc, why weren't you afraid like everybody else was? Well, JB, I rent. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. do 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 do. Hey, Maim,
Yep.
did you like this episode?
It was an episode.
You have to say no.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
It was exhausting. It was exhausting. Thankfully, Doc saved parts of it, but it was
like
exhausting.
Doc was hilarious. Doc
It
was
was-
very funny, but no, this was this is the
exhausting.
worst episode of this I've seen. Like,
Yeah.
it is the racism. Like it's I cannot believe
It sucks
Angela
in a way.
Lansbury said yes
Well,
to this.
I mean, at this point, it was still, think of the time period, right? They were just like, whatever. I think the worst part to me is that it took all of the quaintness of Cabot Cove completely away.
Mhm.
So now it's like Cabot Cove has this sort of like haze over it now of, okay, you guys, you almost lynched the person. And that's weird.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But they didn't.
Hopefully we'll be in New York or Los Angeles in the next episode, something away from Cabot Cove. So hopefully.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah.
Well, Maim, why don't you tell our dear listeners where they can find you?
Okay, hello, dear listeners. It's I, Auntie Maim, your favorite relation. You can find me hosting amazing colossal karaoke every Thursday night at Gilly Idol in South Beach, and also performing improv with the Villain Theater in Miami. Both of those places and links to my socials can be found at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. And you, Mims.
Hey, y'all, I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at thedivinemissmims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you know we have Patreon? That's right. If you go to patreon.com, bloop, bloop, Mims and Maim, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
So we have other podcasts.
No.
That's right. We have Baking Sugar, our Designing Women podcast, and Over the Moon, our Moonlighting podcast. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
No.
That's right. If you go to mimsmaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, Maim. I love 5-star reviews. They really help us. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that our dear listeners can reach out to us?
No.
That's right. They can send us an email at mimsmaim@gmail.com or send us a text message 704-380-0618. Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to add?
Not really.
Then why don't you say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.